All right, so continuing on here, we got Rand Paul, who, as well as being a senator, is also a physician, specializing in physician specializing in ophthalmology, which I looked it up. It's another type of eye. I think they just do eye surgeries instead of actually examining eyes. And he resides in Bowling Green, and he is a Republican. Next, we got is Bill Cassidy, who's as well as a senator, is also a physician, U.S. House member, and what is that? For Louisiana. I think that's what that says. Yeah, because he's in Baton Rouge. So yeah, he's a former resident. Former. Wait, what? Oh, I get it. All right. So he's only as well as a senator. He's also just a physician. And then he was a former U.S. House member for the state of Louisiana. He resides in Baton Rouge, and he's a Republican. Sorry, I mix things up sometimes. All right. The next one is John Kennedy, who. Is a magazine editor as well as being a senator and a lawyer, a professor, a staff of what is that? Louisiana governor, staff of Louisiana Governor Buddy Brown, yeah, and then a secretary of the Louisiana Department of Revenue, former Louisiana treasurer, and he's a resident of Madisonville. So I didn't do if he's a Republican or not. Oh, I must have missed that. I think he's a Republican because it's Louisiana and it's pretty much a Republican state, but I did forget to include that, so my bad. But all right, moving on here. We got Suzanne Collins, who's a House staffer, a Senate staffer, a Small Business Administration Regional Director, Deputy Treasurer of Massachusetts, and she resides, in Bangor, and she is a Republican. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I mix things up sometimes. All right, the next one is Angus King, who, as well as being a senator, is also a lawyer, a Senate staffer, entrepreneur, corporate executive, public television news program host. He's a former governor of Maine, and he resides in Brunswick, and he's an independent. All right, what do we got? So the next one is Ben Cardin, who, as well as being a senator, is also a lawyer, a former House Speaker of Maryland, former House Speaker of the Maryland. Yeah, well, I kind of misworded that up, but anyway, as well as being in the House of Delegates, and he resides in Baltimore, and he is a Democrat. All right, next we got here is Chris Van Hollen, who is, as well as being a senator, is also in the U.S. Senate staff member, Maryland governor's legislative advisor, as well as being a lawyer, he's a former U.S. House member of Maryland Senate and Maryland House of Delegates, as well, and he resides in Kensington, and he's a Democrat. All right, so we got next here is Elizabeth Warren, and she, as well as being a senator, is a lawyer, a professor, a research associate, a nonprofit organization executive, COP, it's all capital, chief, I think, is that what that is? And then the next thing is CFPB, special advisor, and a resident in Cambridge, and Democrat. Oh, chair. So COP chair, not chief. So my bad. Excuse me. Sorry for chicken scratch. All right, moving on here. Ed Markey, is as well as being a senator, is a United States Army Reserve. He's also a lawyer, a former U.S. House for Massachusetts, House of Representatives, and he resides in Malden, and he's a Democrat. All right, next here we got is Debbie Stabenow. Yeah, I think I said that right. No offense there. As well as being a senator, she is also a social worker, leadership training consultant, a former U.S. House member of Representatives from Michigan, and a former U.S. House member of Representatives. I don't know. I misword this stuff sometimes. Michigan and the Senate, Lansing. Michigan Senate. Oh, that must be where they reside, is in Lansing. I think that's the name of the town. And she is a Democrat. All right, moving on here. Sorry, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Sometimes when you write a bunch, the quality of my writing goes down a little bit because I'm trying to do all 100 of these. It can take a little bit of time, but it'll get better with time. So, all right, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.